hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twisted, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twisted, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twisted, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, smoke a
You are now listening to a Power Requires Hustle production.
This is Malice, and you're listening to Power Plays.
Oh, I got Sam on the phone. SAMIAM, you want to say what up, baby?
What's up, y'all? It's the strange-ass Memphian, intricate and meticulous, keeping it underground every time I'm spitting it. SAMIAM. How you doing today, Bubba?
What a tremendous fucking way. What a tremendous way to introduce yourself. I need to come up with a good four-liner to just break it down for people when I come in the room. You know what I'm saying? That's tremendous. You need to just start introducing yourself to common people like that. Just new people at work.
That's how I introduce myself. People go, "What's your rap name?" I go, "Oh, it's SAMIAM." Not just because my name's Sam, but it stands for something, and that's strange-ass Memphian, intricate and meticulous. And, you know, the gutter style part just came naturally with it.
That's tremendous, dude. That popped me huge. That's great. All right, so Sam, man, what have you been working on, buddy? I know that you put out an album this year. It was phenomenal. I'm really dig the cover because I feel like it's got like this intricate, deep meaning to it. You know, do you feel aligned with the universe in regard to your music?
I wouldn't say all that, but the cover actually does have a deep meaning. For those of y'all that don't know, it's the SAMIAM project. It's just called SAMIAM. You can find it on all streaming platforms. And what it is, if you notice, I'm standing in this line, right? And all these silhouetted figures are like just kind of standing there in line, looking ahead, just waiting for whatever. But there's one person looking up, like he's looking up to the stars. And you can tell that whereas all the other figures are just blacked out silhouettes, this figure that's looking up at the stars has been filled in with all these stars, like his head's up in the stars. And that's just because I've always been one of those guys that, you know, I've been a daydreamer my whole life.
Well, there's not wrong with that.
Not at all.
No. I mean, the basis of art is to see something that's not there, picture it there, and then make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So it all starts with imagination, no matter how you look at it.
Right. And the whole thing with that project was that project basically was just me coming back into this music stuff. I'd gone through a lot leading up to it. I started back in 2017, which is actually how I found out about you, as this juggalo rapper named C-Mock, and I was on the Underground Hustlin' mixtape hosted by ABK, and that's how I found King Kold here. After that didn't work out, I came back as Joey Future and actually got a song with King Kold as Joey Future, but then that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I went on this hiatus to try to figure out who I was, and in that time, just a whole bunch of shit happened between my dad dying and I was homeless for a while, and then I was at Job Corps, got kicked out of there, and ended up back at my mama's. And that's really just where this album came from, was like, you know what, a lot of motherfuckers are still doubting me and still holding me to that reputation of Joey Future, who was just a bitch, for lack of a better term. So let me go ahead and talk some shit on here and put this project out and show motherfuckers that I'm actually back with this shit.
I feel you.
That's just how that all came about, yeah.
That's tremendous, man. Like, a lot of times when you go from one project to another, when you're wanting to reinvent yourself, the best thing you can do is have a project not work out the way you want it to, and then you're kind of back to the drawing board. You're able to, like, rebuild and restructure, you know, get back in the huddle, find out what you want to do, and then move on and pursue a goal with a better structured plan and, you know, understanding a failure. And then the redemption aspect of the story is always the important part. You know what I'm saying? The failure always happens in the middle. You know what I'm saying? That's your dramatic arc. You know what I'm saying? And then your tribulations come at the end, and then boom, before you know it, because I've always felt like you were just an outstanding artist, and you've always just consistently grinded and consistently put out, incredible song after incredible song, and just sending us little snippets in the big ass group chat that we have, and man, you just never fail to impress me. Just the massive amounts of restructuring that you've done in just the last year has been astronomical for an artist.
Right. And you talk about, grinding and hustle. That's actually the name of my brand that I kind of represent myself, is IGH, Independent Grind Hustle.
Which is tremendous. Yeah, buddy.
But yeah, man, you were that was at the start of the year. And that was to cap off the whole way I promoted that, or for lack of a better, it wasn't even supposed to be a project. I released my first single back, which was FTR, on 4/20/2020, and every month consistently for I want to say 8 months, I put out a song or was featured on a song every month for 8 months. Well, once we got to the 7-month mark, I was like, I could take these singles I've been putting out and just put them together, and put a couple filler tracks in there, and that's what I ended up doing. And with shout out to Wishmaster Beats, he did this pack back then. I want to say it was October of last year, 2020, that had Stevie Stone on it, and that's where the song "Happen" came from. Is I just put my verse on that, and I finally was like, you know what? I know a lot of other people have this same verse and all, but I finally am able to test my skills against a now former strange music artists, and Tech Nine has always been one of those influences for me for sure.
Oh yeah, Tech's the man. No doubt. Aaron Yates is one of the greatest artists of our generation. Not even our generation, but just rap music in general. Dude's phenomenal. A great human being. I've gotten to meet him twice, and I love Aaron. I love that man. I think he's probably he's always going to be in my top 5. There'll never be a rapper that replaces where he is in my structure of where people belong, because of what they've contributed and where they've come from. The man is just always putting out something fucking dope. Great structuring in this shit. His jerseys are phenomenal. His merch moves a lot. I respect people for a lot of different reasons. And man, if you're making money, I see you, And he definitely is.
I still haven't checked out his new album just because I've been busy lately, but I've heard I heard the song he did with The Rock, and so I gotta check that out. But yeah, you were talking about projects and what I've been working on. Exclusive here on this interview. Just a couple weeks ago, finished up recording. We're in the mix and master process of my next album, which will be titled Maverick.
Tremendous.
This project is different than the SAMIAM project. Whereas the SAMIAM project was kind of I want to see if I can still do this. This project is hey, I want to see how much I can level up and play with a whole lot of different styles and sounds. There's a lot more country rap aspects to this one.
Well, dude, there's not wrong with that. Some of the greatest artists right now that are out there, getting it, killing it, dude, they have that country tang to their music, man. And I grew up listening to 90s country and, late 80s, 90s country. And, man, I respect it. I understand it. I feel it,
Well, this is also the first recorded in a studio album. Which I'll give you a little backstory on that. I moved out to Nashville, or actually just outside of Nashville, to go to school for audio engineering at this place called Dark Horse. And at the end of October, I just graduated there, and I recorded all these songs at the Institute, which has, I want to say, 3 different booths, or 2 booths and 1 live room that you can record in. And the original title for the album was going to be Dark Horse, but I didn't want it to be like a marketing ploy there, with these people that I just graduated from. So I started looking into it, and first I was going to call it Obsidian Maverick, just to kind of be, instead of Dark Horse, Obsidian is a black rock, but I ended up just settling for Maverick because if you look up the meaning of Maverick, it's somebody that does stuff differently.
Oh, yeah.
So this project not only is a level up and a whole different set of quality, you get more in-depth bars. I'm telling you, so there's a song for everybody, at least one song for everybody on this album.
Nice. Do you know how many tracks you're gonna have on it total?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's 10 songs.
okay.
And actually coming up, we've already released. I've already released one single off of it back in August. It's called Refutation, which features Keegan Grimm, who is just a phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a dope ass song.
guy.
You dropped that into the group chat, and I got to hear it. And dude, it's maniac. It's super dope. And you working in the studio finally gets to like really do you justice, because like everything you say comes through super crisp. It's you can tell like the way you're leveling up to how you're understanding like different rhyme schemes and melodies and vocal patterns, and dude, it's super super cool to see how far you've come along. Where did you meet the guy that features on that track with you, or where did you come across him at?
I'm about to say I still haven't met him in person yet, but I'm affiliated with you. I'm affiliated with a guy named Nasty Inc.
Okay.
And I was on. He does this. He does this like, I don't want to say podcast because that's not right. He does this live stream shit on Twitch and Discord called the Trashy Nasty Show. Yeah, Trashy Nasty Show. It's hard as fuck to say fast, but he actually has a group called Hellfire, which is himself and another guy called Pope Adrian Bless, and they got a song called Outlaws, which featured Keegan Grimm on the hook. And I had heard of Keegan before, but I had never really listened to him. But when I heard Outlaws, I was like, oh, I gotta get this motherfucker on something, like, for real.
Dude, that's how it works out, man. You happen to hear of somebody, you check out something of theirs, you're like, oh, that's tight. Then you reach out to them, and dude, you'd be surprised how many people are more accessible than you think. And when I first...
This guy's multi-talented too. He did the hook on that song, but you saw the cover, right, for the single?
I did, yeah.
He did that.
That's cool, man. That's a good associate to have in your pocket. Somebody that can drop you a good hook or a good verse, and then throw together that single artwork for you, man. That's
and he does lyric videos he's done lyric videos for Gibby Stites and UBI.
Oh, that's cool, man. People. Yeah, dude. Okay, so UBI is from what are they? There we are. Yeah, man. I actually met them in Indianapolis when I went up there to meet Tech at a Ushabu concert, and that was a phenomenal concert. And dude, those guys are incredible live. They fucking murder it on stage, bruh. They just are on a whole nother level. Super dope human beings, man. Super cool. But
sure.
That would definitely be a solid collaboration for you, is to work with one of those cats. 1,000%.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I know UBI, he just left Strange, but Godimus has been, I've heard a lot of different things about scams, and he's just been MIAs. I've heard people say Seth Crew ain't even together no more because UB can't even get a hold of him.
Well, but man, look,
that's not my business, though.
Yeah, 100%. Dude, how I always look at shit like that is, because, between us, I had a situation where I took, like, some internet shit as fact, and bruh, it ended up burning me really bad and left a bad taste in this label's mouth that I wanted to work with really bad. And I sent them a press, I called them, And they were like, yo, definitely, send us over some shit. And I mean, they were already ready for it. So I sent them over some shit, and I wrote them this heartfelt letter, just like talk. And in the letter, I explained, yo, I'm not, this type of person. I'm this type of person. And I guess it rubbed them the wrong way because they felt like I was talking about a friend of theirs that worked on the label, and I wasn't. But I was under the impression that person didn't work on the label anymore. And it turned out that they still did. So, yeah, dude, it just all blew up in my face and some really negative shit. So, in regard to internet stuff or any of that kind of this person owes this person money, dude, I stay 100% out of that shit because it has nothing to do with me. And I don't want it affecting my goals or my ambitions later. You know what I'm saying? Because it can and it will if you're not careful,
Man, I know all too well about just that in general, and I guess we can talk about that a little later. But let's round it back to Maverick, because we were talking about Reputation, right? And that was the first single. Actually, I'm about to drop here, hopefully mid-December, the second single, which is called YMT, stands for You Might Think. And this one, all I'm gonna say is it hits different for me. It's not a turn-up track. It has some turn-up moments, but this is like I sat down and wrote this as a therapy session, and just the overall feel of it is not wallow in pain or anything like that. This is what's been on my mind and what I've been dealing with emotionally and mentally. Here it is, I'm done holding back. I shouldn't say this or I shouldn't say that. It's like, this is what's going on in Sam's head.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I guarantee you there's at least one or two bars in this that everybody that listens to it can relate to.
Yeah, I mean, music's got to be relatable, Sam. You got to be able to, captivate or touch or motivate or, influence somebody in one aspect or another. It's one of the most important things about what we do. One of the most beautiful things about what we do.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm just now getting to where people look at me different from, like I said, the Joey Future stuff because of how hard I've busted my ass to break that reputation.
But I mean, the Joey Future shit was cool too in regard to like your new stuff is so much different that it's literally like you've evolved into this whole other person. You know what I'm saying? And like if you wanted to, you could bounce back and forth and put out Joey Future records if you wanted to. That shit would be lit to do both.
Here's the thing with Joey Future. He's dead because the people I was working with at the beginning of Joey Future were my brothers, right?
Okay.
And because I was just a dumb, arrogant kid, I ended up we had a falling out, and I said I did some things that rubbed them the wrong way, and I mean, there were like 2 or 3 diss tracks that came out. 2 of them didn't really affect me as much as I guess they should have, but one of them from another guy that I was working with, that motherfucker crucified me on the beat. And it's funny because those guys now are actually, we're all good. We're actually all have a little super group we work on the side. So, it's funny how things work out.
I mean, dude, if you just let things be what it is, when people get into conflicts, or whatever, the best thing to do is to let it all come out, and then over time, man, time wounds all heals. Or time heals all wounds. Goddamn, that's what I meant. But yeah, man, it's legit. It sucks to get into a confrontation with somebody, whether it be verbal or otherwise. But when you can grow and learn from it, dude, it's never a bad thing, At the time it sucks, but long term, fuck it, bygones are bygones,
Right, and I'll send you the link because the diss track is still out there. I'll send that exclusively to you, and you can hear the death of Joey Future on
the castration of Joey Future, the shit that made you
man,
rethink
the
your.
castration, the decapitation,
That's fucking
the skinning
tremendous.
alive.
I want to hear this shit. I almost want to hear it now. But okay, so how did you end up meeting Jelly? How'd that end up working? Because I
Man,
mean, I know you went to an event of his, and you were like, you messaged me, and you were like, man, I'm gonna try to meet Jelly or something to that regard. And I was
no,
like,
no,
man,
no, no, no.
definitely,
Sit down. I'm gonna tell you a story right quick.
a story
Okay.
about a boy and a jelly.
All right. So it was a Monday afternoon, or it wasn't even an afternoon. It was just a Monday day. I had to go to Nashville to get my ID back. I had left it at a place. I went and jammed, played drums for somebody, and I ended up leaving my ID at the place we were because you had to give the people your ID to get in, and I didn't remember that.
Oh shit.
So I spent that whole day after getting my ID just kind of walking around Nashville until finally I went home. And at that point I said, I really don't ever want to go to Nashville ever again. The next day I wake up and I'm trying to figure out, at this point, this was like 2 weeks ago, right? I'm trying to figure out what to do with my day because I've learned that if I just sit around all day, I get real bad disassociation. So I finally saw, I'd been looking for this for weeks, a ticket link to what was Jelly Roll's Grand Ole Opry debut. The only reason I couldn't find it originally is because it wasn't like his concert. He was a supporting guest. I don't know how the Grand Ole Opry shit works.
But that's how it works. They have 15 some odd artists and they kind of take turns doing their thing. And it's really kind of like a personal invite thing. It's not something they advertise for a long period of time, man. It's a honorable thing. So yeah, it would have been difficult for you to find anything on it,
So his wife had shared it, and I follow them on all social media. I saw where she had posted in her story on Instagram, and I was like, I looked at it and went, oh shit, this is what I've been looking for. I found a ticket link. I called my mama up because we had been trying to figure out what would have been a good graduation present. Because music equipment is expensive, and there was like $100, maybe $120 limit here. And I said, I'll tell you what. Buy me this ticket. It's $115 or so with all the tax and stuff, and it's floor level, maybe 10 rows away from the stage.
Lit.
That was the graduation present.
That's cool, man.
I got there, and I was waiting for the show, but I was like, all right, I might go get some popcorn or something, and I walked out. And I saw somebody with one of those, Joey now has merch, and one of them's this flannel jacket with the big ass skull logo. And I was like, oh shit, someone else is here to see Jelly. Let me go interact with them right quick. I didn't even fucking realize that it was Jerry G and other members of Jelly's entourage until I saw their little necklace that is exclusive to the entourage.
Yeah, they got the click necklaces. Yeah.
Right. So I got a picture with Jerry G. It was a fucking horrible picture, but anyway, we go back in and sit through the first two sets. We go to intermission, and then Jelly's going to be on after intermission. Jelly comes on, he does his set. I cry like a little baby bitch, and I go out to the lobby to kind of compose myself, and I'm like, I've seen everybody I'm here to see. I don't care about the other people that are here. I'm not that big into the country music stuff. And, I see the entourage going outside to the smoking area. I was like, you know what? I need a cigarette anyway. And I went out there, smoked, ended up meeting, some of his security. And then I met Alexander King.
Yeah, Alex. He's cool, man.
I told him about being a graduate of Dark Horse, and he had actually just recorded an album at Dark Horse, so he knew the place. He didn't know they
shit, dude. The world's small like that, for real.
Right. So I got his contact, and later on, the guy that I thought was a fan, but ended up being an entourage, not Jerry G, the other guy. His name's Big Country. He looks at me and goes, hey, what you doing tonight? I said, not a damn thing. And I got invited to come to this after party.
Oh, shit.
I've heard legends about Jelly Roll parties. I've seen YouTube vlogs about them going just bar to bar on Broadway.
Oh, dude, they will though. 100,000% they will, bro.
So I went, and this place they were at was technically it was across the street from the Opry, but since at the time I don't have my license. I just now got a car. It was a 20-minute walk for me, but you know what? Whatever. I show up. There's this big motherfucking. He's Samoan. He's one of Joey's head of security, and he's like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I'm Sam. Big Country said so and so. I'm supposed to be here. He invited me." He went and got Country. And Country's like, "Yeah, let that little white boy in."
Nice.
I go in there. Joey's taking pictures, which is cool as hell anyway. And I took my picture with Joey and told him about you. He's like, "Yeah, that's my boy." And from that point on, I got to take a cheers shot with Joey. I think I drank like 5 shots of apple pie moonshine.
Damn, that's what's up, man.
I ended up talking with Still Matthews, Joey's manager, and it was like, for the first time in a long time, I was where I felt I needed to be. And I'm not going to, say this is going to happen for everybody, and I'm not giving out any contact info here, but still, I talked with him and told him about Dark Horse, and he wants me to come check out the freaking studio.
Dude, that's amazing. Dude, if you get an opportunity to work with Jason, go do everything you can to do it. Because, dude, when I worked with him, I had worked on music for 10 years before I worked with Jelly. And when I worked with him, he just, from working with him and sitting and talking with him, he literally changed every one of my goals, because all of my goals were kind of like, all right, I want to put out an album and I want to put out a music video. But like, after talking with him and working with him, I wrote songs with the idea of having a music video, with the idea of it leading to being this song on the album. Like, it was so much more structured after, meeting with him and working with him, because he inspired me to want to just be a better musician and step my game up every time I release something, because he does. Like, his music now is totally fucking different from when I first worked with him, and it's great. I mean, he plays guitar now. Like, dude is just a fucking genius now, compared to where we were at,
And that's the thing, I'm not trying to say it won't happen, but I know there's the chance that, they were shining me on just because I was a new face. But even if they were, I got to party with Jelly Roll. I ain't even mad.
Oh, dude, if Jelly says kind things about you, you know what I'm saying, take them to heart and run with it, because, like, Jelly is not someone you have to take with a grain of salt. He's not a fake human being. He's 100% with you, and he always has been. And that's what I think has made so many people flock to Jason, is that he is just a real person with a fucking crazy past and a crazy present, I mean, dude's got a model wife. He's got a huge fan base now. He just went gold. Like, that shit's major,
Right.
compared to
That's
when,
the thing. When
he was in
his
prison.
invite to come to the Opry, I cried watching him cry, because he started at the bottom. We ain't supposed to make it to the Opry, Bubba.
You know what's crazy about that? You saying we're not supposed to make it to the Opry is almost exactly what he said to me when he played at Tootsie's, because I met him in Indianapolis, but the following weekend he had a video shoot in Nashville. So we drug ourselves to Nashville and hung out there at Tootsie's. And dude, he sat at the bar drinking water because I offered to buy him alcohol, and he was like, "Man, I don't drink before I perform. I used to. I don't do that shit no more," And he was drinking this water, and he was looking around, and he had this surreal thing about him where like it just hit him all at once that man, he is playing on the Strip in Nashville in a very exclusive bar, you know, where very talented human beings, almost every single talented musician that's come out of Nashville has played there, you know, and he recorded his music video there, and it was great, man. We got to appear, hang out the whole
That
time.
the When I Get Rich one.
Yeah, buddy. It was great, man. It was a phenomenal event. I got to meet a bunch of people, man. I know Alex was there, and I hung out with him hardcore. Alex King is a great human being. I do like him.
And yeah, and that's the thing. I got Alexa's number, and when this single comes out, I'll be sending it to him. But the whole thing was he and Alex and one other guy that I'd never seen before, but a guy could play guitar. They did this little like 3, maybe 4 cover song set at this bar where the after party was. So after I'd seen Jelly at the Opry, I got like a little mini concert at the after party, and I was right there at the front of the stage.
Let me ask you something. The guy playing guitar, was he like a smaller dude with long brown hair?
No, you're thinking of Casey. I met Casey too.
No, Casey plays the drums. The little dude is Phil.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't play the drums anymore?
No, he's the guitarist.
What?
Yeah, Casey Strums, man.
That's funny. Oh, he's Casey Strums now? He used to be Casey Drums. That's hilarious.
Yeah, when I first got to the party, I seen him.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I told him, I said, I'm a little nervous about this because I ain't drunken in a while, but what am I in for? He said, oh, boy, you getting drunk as fuck tonight. Like,
dude, that's great, man.
Casey. But, yeah, they did this little cover set. I was at the front. It was great. I talked to Jelly for a minute. I said, hey, when you get a moment, I know you're busy, but I'd love to have just a conversation with you. And I could tell he wanted to. I think he just got a little tipsy and a little high and forgot because we didn't ever get to have that, and I'm looking forward to having that.
I feel you.
But man, yeah, that was that night. And then like I woke up the next day. My mama was coming into town to help me with some stuff, bring me the car, all that kind of good stuff. And man, I didn't puke. But that hangover about damn near killed me. It actually caused an ulcer in my stomach, man. I couldn't eat right for like a week.
Jesus, dude. Oh, man. That rockstar lifestyle shit's not playing, dude. It's hard on the body. It really is.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not really a drinker anymore. I'm more of a smoker, but I can't even do that much because I have heart palpitations. I smoked for literally from September 18th to October 18th, and on October 18th, had a massive panic attack that I thought I was having a heart attack and my heart was about to just die. So now I have to kind of do everything with a grain of salt, and that's, like tonight before you texted me, I was having a depression episode because I hate being sober. Like, with everything that I've been through at such a young age, between divorce, dad dying, homeless, all that, it just gets to you, and I'm a smoker. I like being chill, but I can't do it as much because of my fucking heart, and it sucks. I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes. That shit, hard as fuck too.
Yeah, dude, it is difficult. It's extremely difficult. Cigarettes will keep a hold on you, and they become. The problem with cigarettes is it's a routine thing. It's like, I wake up. I don't know, it's different for everybody, but I used to wake up, go outside before everybody else woke up, and smoke a cigarette, and that's how I started my fucking day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm chewing on a straw right now, but I ordered these things off Amazon called harmless cigarettes, and they would have worked if I had just stuck to them. In fact,
What the fuck is a harmless cigarette?
It's just a little like a little inhaler type deal. It's basically a straw.
I know what they are. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right.
But one of them is it has a soft tip for chewing. I chewed through the silicone tip of that thing and then crushed the plastic inner tube of it. It's like, damn, man. But yeah, that's what I've been going through, And this is the crazy part about this. Completed the album. Met Jelly. got my car, not my license, because I failed the permit test the next day, but got a job all within like the same week.
It's tremendous. That's fucking getting it done, buddy.
Yeah, this is, you have to understand, King, this ain't normal for me. Normally, if things start going good, something's about to go wrong. That's been my experience for the past 4 years. So this particular string of things is just so surreal to me that I don't know what, I have my own opinions about religion and whatnot. I'm more of I don't really fit into any one particular category. It's funny because both of my grandfathers were fucking Methodist ministers, but I'm not a Christian like that. I'm not an atheist. I'm more of like, if you were to blend the yin-yang beliefs with just the core beliefs of Christianity, I guess I'm somewhere in there, but, the universe doing whatever it's doing right now, I'm very appreciative of.
Hey, I mean, dude, you gotta have lows to appreciate the highs, man. And if you're on highs, ride them. Keep it going. Just keep putting out stuff. Keep the momentum rolling. You know that rock cannot gather moss if it's not sitting still. You know what I'm saying? You keep it rolling. You know.
Right.
I was talking with Brent Seeley. He is the guy that runs the Goons mixtapes earlier. And before we started recording, I was like, man, I got several artists that work with my label that I really want you to check out, their music. And like, if something that they are working on or something that you're working on, you need an extra voice for, man, fucking drag one of these dudes on there because they go hard. And I really feel like if he gets a hold of your music and listens to it, man, he'll understand what's hard, because he's in Canada, so it's kind of a different vibe. But dude, you got like this real thing about you, and I really feel like you would click well on those mixtapes. They're working on number 4 for sometime next year, and I really want you to submit something to it, or feature on something that gets submitted to it. That way, that's another thing that you get to do. Another way that you're out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm a round back to Maverick right quick since you said features.
Oh yeah, definitely do that.
I got Keegan Grimm because we talked about that single. I got a guy named Draft who I heard about through my buddy 3G, and he's on the hook of another song called Don't Compare Me, and this one has honestly one of my craziest flow deals I've ever done on it. And then I've got Nasty, and I've got you.
Nice.
And finally, after almost it'll be 3 years by the time people hear this, finally people get to hear that verse that it was originally for a song called Wild and Young. And I don't even know if you remember that.
Fuck yeah, I do. Actually, you know what's crazy about that song? I have it on my backdrop on my computer still. And I just happened to fucking see it the other day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check that out. I didn't get a chance to. I stayed busy.
All right.
But,
I took that verse and I put it on a new beat.
Okay.
And you're gonna be on this song with me and Nasty, and the name of this song is High Class White Trash.
I like it, bruh.
And man, I finally got all the verses arranged because Nasty sent his stuff in. And even though I don't have the stems for this beat because the fucking producer is just like, I couldn't even contact him to buy the beat. So if he hits me up later, I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll pay you, whatever. This beat, it just flows better. The other one disappeared off of everything. I couldn't even buy a basic lease. But High Class White Trash.
That's tremendous.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to hear that. You should shoot that over when you have it ready. I won't play it on nothing if you don't want me to, but I definitely want to check it out, dude. That sounds tremendous. Do you have a release date for your album? Do you know what day it's dropping?
I have one that I'm shooting for because I'm trying to do a release party show because I've never done one of those and I've always wanted to. It's all about how my guy that does my mixing and mastering, if he can get it all done in time for me to do all this right. I'm shooting for March 19th.
Nice. Solid, dude. That's legit.
Because I'm actually making up some flyers to go put at various places. This school I went to is in this little, basically it's a mall called the Factory, and in the Factory they have a record shop, like a legit record shop. And I was going to promote there, and they'd said that they would take at least 2, maybe 3 of these CDs and see how they sell. So, I'm trying to get stuff promoted like that. This is the first album, like I said, being a studio album, that I'm trying to do everything right with promotion and, making sure it gets advertised right. I don't know how to work the social media. I don't give a shit about social media.
Yeah,
I don't even give a shit about Spotify and all the streaming shit. I'm old school, like, here's a fucking CD and I know people that don't even do fucking albums. So it's just one of those deals where I'm trying to do it right, and it's not. I'm gonna go ahead and say this: it is not the quality of like top mainstream shit. It's just better quality than what SAMIAM project was.
Well, and I mean, look, nobody gets to the top by jumping once, bruh. You gotta walk up every little step, and don't feel bad that your album might not turn out the way that you hope it does, man. Because you put out the album, it does what it does, but it's another step. All you got to do is be better than what you were yesterday. You're
Right.
only as good as your newest track in this fucking business, and that's the way it is. For example, if ICP put out an album that was not fucking dope, you know what I'm saying? People shit on it, or they get upset about it or whatever, and opinions or whatever. They don't fucking matter in the long run, dude, because anybody that's a hardcore collector of Insane Clown Posse, they're buying that fucking album anyways, buddy. No doubt. They're going to get the re-release. They're going to get the one that's fucking $25 instead of $15 because it's got 3 more songs on it. They're getting all of the variant covers. They're getting all that shit, buddy, because they whoop loud. So it as long as you evolve as an artist, bro, it makes no difference. We're the hardest judges of ourselves anyways.
Right.
Nobody's
I'm gonna try to play something right quick. Let me see if you can hear this on your end. I don't know how any of this shit
No,
works.
that's cool, man. Play something. I want to hear it.
Let me know if you hear this. Yeah, that didn't do nothing. Let me try this real quick. You hear that?
No.
Alright, well, I don't know how to send it to you because it's on this virtual DJ shit.
Well, shit. You can't record it into your system and then send it over?
Well, I can send you the thing after we're off the phone. I was gonna
Well,
play it
yeah,
for you
then do
live.
that. That'd be fine, and then I can play it afterwards or whatever the fuck if you want me to.
Alright, but
Okay, I mean, if you want me to, I'll plug it in at the end of our interview, and everybody can hear it. Or you could send me how much of it you want them to hear, or you could send me something the fuck else. It's whatever. But send me something that I can play on the air, and send me that song if you don't want me to play it on the air, okay?
yeah, I'll send it. I'll tell you what. Let's not play it over there. I'll send it to you. You can hear it though.
Cool. We'll do that, and then when you're comfortable about it, we'll play it over the air if you want to.
Bet.
Okay, right on, man. Okay.
What else you got for me, dog?
All right, bruh. Here's what's up. So you were in talks of possibly moving to Indiana. Is that still on your agenda?
No.
Okay.
Here's why.
Okay.
Between A, meeting Jelly Rolls people and that opportunity, and B, I just need some stability.
I
For
feel
the
that.
first time in my life. Like I said, for the past 4 years, things have been hectic. I've lived, let's see, about this time 4 years ago, I was still living in Washington State in a hotel trying to get my wife back, even though she was cheating on me and I didn't know it. I moved back to Memphis into January 2018. I got kicked out of my mama's house in May of 2018 and ended up going to live with Dad. Dad and I that day had to move from the house we were in to another one. And then we lived there until March when Dad died. And then, like I said, I went and lived with a girlfriend down in Mississippi for about 3 weeks. Got kicked out of there, then was homeless, then went to Job Corps. Got kicked out of Job Corps, ended up back at my mama's, and then finally, at the end of this May, finally moved out here to Nashville. So I've been, for the past 4 years, I've been places, I've been everywhere, and
bro, that's
I
deep.
just need to chill for a minute.
Yeah, man, find your footing. Goddamn, that's a hell of a story, bro.
Oh yeah, it's if I was trying to tell you a whole sob story for this interview, we could be here for another 2 hours because it's crazy as hell.
Well, fuck, we'll get deep into that for another interview because I definitely want to have you back. Anytime we have a great interview where I could just sit and shoot the shit and talk, and just anytime somebody does a really great interview, I guarantee them that they're going to come back for another one. And dude, I'll definitely have you back again, Sam, because I like talking with you anyways, you know what I'm saying? But there's a difference between talking to somebody and then it translating into a podcast because some people don't have that storytelling shit that you do,
Right.
Yeah.
And I hate to bring bad news into this, but I feel like I need to clear some air also about this. I don't remember if it's already been a year or it was the start of this year. You announced I was part of the actual Power Requires Hustle roster. But because I'm trying to figure out my shit and figure out who I am and my path, I'm gonna stay affiliated. But I'm declaring that I'm no longer actually on the roster. That's why you said something about I might need to send some shit to you to mix and match. I was like, all right, but I'm getting paid.
Which is fine, 100%.
Right. I just didn't want it to be like, oh, hey, yeah, this guy's on my roster. I'm like, yeah, no.
Nah, dude. It's always been like an association of if you have a fucking song that you want put out there, obviously, we'll share it and, in that aspect. I mean, anybody that works on a song for me or appears on the album, they have this lifelong thing with me where, dude, I will share your album when it comes out. I will help get you on shows if I'm in your area. Shit like that, I mean, dude, it's all love. It's a family and a group effort. It really is. So, it's all hood, man. I understand.
Right. And that's the thing. I miss doing shows, dude. I know one venue here where I'm at, obviously, because I'm trying to do this release party. But that's the other thing that kind of pisses me off about me deciding not to move to Indiana is that seems to be the mecca for all shows right now.
Oh, Indy is fucking popping, dude. Indy is really doing shit,
Right.
And really, if you think about it, indie has been for years. Their underground scene's been great. But now, the promoters are catching up and they got money. So, dude, they're bringing in major acts, Or maybe it's that the acts that they've always been bringing in have just gotten bigger and bigger. I really think that's the fair way of looking at it. But, Jelly Tech, ICP does fucking great in indie.
Not even the big names, this is why I love Nasty. He just started his own label called Rehab Music. And last week, if not the week before, they opened up for ABK and Boondocks. And then the next week opened up for Dirtball, formerly at Cottonmouth Kings. But, looking at the schedule, you got Whitney Payton doing a couple shows out there. Chris Calico's about to do a show out there. Speaking of Chris, have you heard about this challenge, the Guts and Glory challenge?
No, what in the hell is that?
All right, so he got with this producer, I mentioned him earlier, called Wishmaster. And basically Chris put down this hook, and it's a 12-bar contest. It's free to enter, although it's about to be done. And I entered in it. But the whole deal is if you win, you get an exclusive feature from Chris. You get a free mix and master from this producer. You get the exclusive rights to that beat. And you win a microphone bundle. So we're going to see how I fare in this shit.
Yeah, that's legit, dude. That would be a solid motherfucking contest to win. That'd be a lot of exposure, and getting gear out of any situation is always cool.
For sure.
Yeah,
And
100%.
I think I sent the link to the group chat. I'll send it again, when I send these other songs. But I think within like 5 days, I'd gotten up to 300 some odd views, using this hashtag Guts in Glory contest or challenge. But yeah, it's pretty wet. But he's actually about to come out with this beat pack, Wishmaster is, that has exclusive unreleased hooks and verses from Chris, and I'm gonna jump on that.
Oh yeah, no doubt, dude. I got a buddy of mine that did a song with Cut Calhoun, and dude, he swears to those Missouri fucking artists, man. He loves anybody strange, past or present, and like working with Chris Calico would be major. Like, dude, that's definitely something you need to work out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And if you end up working with him, dude, holla at me. I want to check out that song. I want to hear anything new that you're working on. Just keep me in that loop, okay?
Bet.
All right, man. Well, look, Sam, I appreciate you being on the podcast. I'm sorry we had technical difficulties all motherfucking week. But, dude, we had a nice, healthy motherfucking talk. And got a lot of content out of you, man. But like I said, I'll definitely have you back for season 3 when we end up doing it. I think I'm going to start it in like April or May.
All right, just let me know, Bubba, and I'll let you know when I can get on there.
All right, man.
Hey,
Well,
wait, before you hang up on me, I'm going to give some shout-outs real quick.
yeah, dude, do that. And plug where we can find you at on social media.
All right. If you want to find my Facebook page, it's SAMIAM Memphis, at SAMIAM Memphis.
Okay.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at SAMIAM Music, but music is spelled MUZICK. Those are my main social media links that you can find me at. Otherwise, you can get a hold of me through this motherfucker. But real quick, I want to shout out my homies, my brothers, Amin Omen, a.k.a. Bloody River, a.k.a. Dark Hills Gang and Nicodemus. Dark Hills Gang, of course, is David DeBrain and Crazy the Cobra. If you don't know about them, you slacking. But me and David and Nicodemus just released a song back around Halloween called The Goons Who Stole on Halloween. Be sure to check that one out. One of my favorite verses that I've done. I also want to shout out my boy 3G because he's been a real one. He kind of got burnt out with the music shit and went away and hid in a hole, but maybe one day his fat ass will come out of that hole if he ain't stuck. But yeah, shout out my boy 3G. I also want to shout out anybody that has supported me, that hears this and already knows who I am. It goes a long way. And of course, I want to shout out King Kold because I've known this dude for going on 5 years, and yeah, that's just how it goes. He's seen the development. You've heard him talk about it right here on this interview, so be sure to follow that man.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely.
I'm white trash and I'm in trouble.
This for the people in the white trash trap house. Rolling weed up on the plate with the music bumping loud. Yeah, we different and we proud, that ain't never gonna change. And if you don't like them, you can kiss my ass. Man, I'm back row stone, trying to find a field party. Got that good green smoke flowing all through my body. Looking for myself a hottie, trying to act a little naughty. Maybe even let me pipe like my first name's Roddy. I'm a rowdy little honky looking for a good time. Sipping on some moonshine, sitting in the moonlight. Trying to start a bonfire, then light up the night. So I can dance it away until I'm ready to retire. Shout out to the people that been holding down for me, cause I remember way back when I was living on the streets. All the people who helped me get back on my feet. Yeah, the roots run deep on this family tree, cause we some high class white trash. This for the high class white trash. We some high class white trash.
I've been in this game since Napster. Flow sound country, but a little bit faster. Still hit the bars and get tore up plaster. Pocket full of dro, now you know what I'm after. Put your hands up like the police jaded. I've been on the streets with my one and get faded. Need a bottle of Crown and my hair braided. Gonna drink until we completely inebriated. Now I'm walking through Memphis with my feet off of the ground. Samuel got bars, so you know I gotta come to town and work with him. Young white smoke, gas on E, but our hopes ain't broke. We know hard work pays off in the end, so we take all of our problems and contend with them. One by one before the day's done. Look who climbed the mountain as the chosen ones.
Yeah. High class, white trash. This for the high class, white trash. We some high class, white trash. This for the high class, white trash.
What up, what up, what up? This is Kelsey Sites, just here to tell you to put it in your mouth with Power Plays.
Twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid, twist it, hit it, smoke it till we're stupid.
You are now listening to a Power Requires Hustle production.